Okay, this is Johnny Boy Boxing at FightHype. I'm here with my main man, Bozy. What's going on? Best trainer in the game. What's going on?
You got the best hand, good brother. Thanks for having me.
That's it, man. That's it. You already know. We're here in New York City, getting ready for the Andy Cruz fight.
Right.
Talk to me about how ready he is for this, how he prepared.
You know one thing about Andy, he stayed ready. You know what I mean? You know, and he picks up so easy, man. You know what I mean? I don't have no problem with him, man. Like I said, when he first came to me, when they called me and asked me what I work with him, and I said, you know, let me, check him out and see where he's coming from. Well, he's a gold medalist, he's this, he's that. I said, that doesn't make a difference to me. Yeah. I said, I want to check him out and see how he, react to what I'm teaching him.
Exactly.
When he came down, man, he fit right in with the crowd. Everybody loved him, man. You know what I mean? And he's easy to train, though. You know what I mean?
Was it hard to get him to an American style, or you didn't try to change too much from him, or?
Only thing what I did with him, I didn't really change nothing. All I did had him sitting down a little bit more, because in the amateur, all you was doing is letting your hands go. Combination, that's how you win fights. And I got him, his defense is tight when you don't have to move so much.
Exactly.
In the amateur, you see he was moving a lot. You know what I mean? And they couldn't do nothing with him. Now he'll stay there, he can catch sometime and move, but I don't want to take nothing away from him. Combine all that together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So talk to me about his opponent. What's the most biggest threat that you think that poses to Andy?
Well, the opponent got a nice jab, you know what I mean, and plus he can punch. That's the only thing I can say, you know what I mean. Other than that, you know what I mean, I think we'll be victorious with this fight, you know what I mean. Definitely. It should be a good fight, though, you know what I mean. Can't take nothing away from anything that happened in boxing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
One punch could change it all.
Yeah.
Do you feel this is like the toughest test of Andy's career right now, or it's just one of them?
Only thing I can say is we'll see when we get in there, because the one he was stopped never was stopped before. You know what I mean? Now, he was supposed to be tough, and he made it look easy.
Definitely.
So,
I hear that. Well, speak to me about, over the last weekend, Keyshawn Davis didn't make weight.
Right.
He got into a brawl with his brother. What are your thoughts about that? Andy, what do they call him? His father, his daddy?
Andy called him my son.
My son.
That's my son. Yeah,
all right. So talk to me about that. What were your thoughts about that whole situation with Keyshawn? What should happen with his suspension?
Well, I don't want to get into all that, though,
yeah.
but I don't think that it never should have took place like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you fight, you know what I mean, y'all should be friends, man, or you know what I mean, or everything should be cordial, you know what I mean? Shake hands and that's it. You ain't got to be his friend or not like that, best friend or whatever. You know what I mean? I think after the fight, everybody should be cool. You know what I mean? Nobody acting crazy. Definitely. But I think that time when they had that incident, I think that it was because he didn't make weight, for one thing. And they said he didn't try to make weight. And they said Sampson trusted him to find out, was he trying to sweat or not. And Sampson found out that he didn't do that. So I think that's where it came in, when Sampson said, we're not going to take the fight. You know what I mean? You just got to get paid. Exactly. But other than that, back with the fighting thing, between him and, what's it, Nair?
Yeah.
Albright. I mean, I know his name, but we call him Woo.
Yeah.
And I said, that incident with him should never happen.
Yeah.
I said, you know what I mean, I don't know how it happened, what happened, but I heard he hit one at Woo, and then the other brother grabbed him by the collar.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's one thing you can't do. And then, when you do something like that, you gotta watch out. You can't come to Philly.
Yeah, you risk everything, right? Your whole career, everything.
Then you got your family right there. You got your little baby right there. You shouldn't even started nothing, or y'all shouldn't even got to nothing. Not when your family's around.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to protect family.
And it wasn't that bad because your brother lost the fight,
and
then you didn't make weight, and I think that was all played a mental game. You know what I mean, to his head. I think that was all mental to him.
Definitely, definitely. What should be the punishment for him? Like, what do you think? A year suspension, a ban? What do you think should happen? The fines?
Well, see, the only thing about me, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
I let them handle that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say they should have did this, should have did that, but one thing I can say, that never should have happened.
Absolutely,
you know
absolutely. But moving on. So maybe in the future, Keyshawn and Andy Cruz will meet. How do you think that fight will play out, being that they'll be in the professional ranks this time?
I think that'd be a good fight. I think that'd be a good fight because they fought, what,
yeah,
4
they
times
know
in
each other.
amateurs, man.
Yeah, they know each other.
And like I said, I knew Keyshawn ever since he was a little young buck too, a little kid. Just come to my gym.
Yeah, definitely.
So I ain't got nothing really bad to say about him when you come to him and Andy fighting.
Yeah,
we would love that fight.
That's just business.
Yeah, that ain't nothing personal, man. You know.
But you think it'll be a boxing display? It'll be a boxer puncher versus the puncher, or they're both boxer punchers?
Well, Keyshawn carry a little punching power.
Yeah, definitely. So you got to be.
But he fight different. He don't fight the same like he fought in the amateurs.
Definitely, it's a different type of fighter.
I mean, Andy don't fight the same either. Andy defensively smart and slick. You know what I mean? So I think it's gonna be a beautiful fight, but I think we'll be victorious.
Definitely.